like B-I-double-G-I-E with some new R-U-L-E. Notorious, known for busting in your E-Y-E. Baby, baby, bitches know they love to hate me. How come you come, we come with backs and maybe? How close we came to coming together is crazy. How come you and your sis make similar faces? When y'all come and y'all be crying like I'm killing y'all bitches. I know there's a bigger picture than the camera rolling. Cause I don't think y'all be knowing how this shit's unfolding. Back shots to the rear, got the Mac unloading. Gotta reload like every so often. Saying I got my swagger back. I'm looking like bitch, my swagger never left. Don't be so hard pressed to be impressed by these new rappers. They actors and the fact is, you want that old thing back.
Like Scarface and Bushwick, Willie D, having nightmares of girls killing me. She mad because what we had didn't last. I'm glad because her cousin let me hit the ass. Fuck the past, let's dwell on the 500 SL, the E and J and ginger ale. The way my pockets swell to the rim with Benjamins. Another hund's in the crib, please send her in. I fuck non-stop, lick my lips a lot. Used to lick the clits a lot, but licking clits has to stop. Cause y'all don't know how to act when the tongue go down below. Peak the funk flow, really go. I got the cleanest, meanest penis. You never seen this, stroke of genius. So take off your Tim boots and your bodysuit. I mean the spandex, and hit my man next. Sex get rougher when they come to the nut buster. Pussy crusher, black nasty motherfucker. I don't chase them, I replace them. And if I'm caressing them, I'm undressing them. Fuck what you heard, who's the best in New York? Fulfilling fantasies without that nigga Mr. Raw. Or tattoo, I got you wrapped around my dick. And when I'm done, I got the split shit.
Smalls. All right, and we are live. We are here.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Welcome back, gents, to the Clout and Fets Show. I'm joined by the one and only, the Fetty Wap himself.
What's up, Clouter? How we doing, brother?
Oh, doing good, brother. How are you, bro?
Not too bad, man. I'm ready to go, dude. This has been a hectic week
Man,
or
week
so
two,
since
man.
in
Week
here.
one. I feel
I
like
mean,
week one was like a little teaser, and then we had a big Christmas break. But man, this week two, this past week, was like, holy, brother.
yeah, dude. This has been the games have been insane so far. It's been such a good run so far for all the teams right now. Seeing a
Yep.
couple upsets, seeing a couple big wins at a newer team. It's really cool to see. It's really cool to see, man. It's been great. It's been great.
Yeah. Nah, man, there's lots to go over today, so I think we'll just jump right into it. I mean, we had a few matches for week three already this week. I'm going to actually get up the week three matches I have here on the screen. I'll get them up for week three. A lot of big matches here. We already had some big ones, specifically coming out of Pool C, I believe. I think that's the pool with Toronto. That's the pool that I'm in. I think it's Pool C. I
Mm-hmm.
could be wrong. Obviously, Kyoto had two back matches. Played Las Vegas, lost to them in Map 5. And last night, I'm going to let Fets break down this, but I think it was definitely an excellent match last night as well. Kyoto versus Toronto. Also went 5 maps. Unfortunately, me being a part of Toronto, we did lose in Map 5 to Kyoto. GG's to them on my part. It was a very good game. But yeah, Fitz, what were your thoughts, man? You were there casting it, man.
Well, I was great. I definitely wanted to start with that. Dude, I gotta be honest. Like, I could tell the Blackheart map one definitely wasn't a Toronto pick. I think off the rip. I think
It was,
right. That
but
was more of like a
no.
it.
It was a Toronto pick, but it was a it was a test pick. I wanted to see
I could
how we played on it, and it was definitely a mistake
yeah,
on my part.
definitely that was
Definitely,
I could
definitely an
definitely tell.
owner mistake there.
But the S&D that map two is probably one of the best S&Ds I've seen. I mean, down 5-0 in that map two, and these guys pushed to around 11. I mean, that was insane, and the
I thought we were
overload
gonna do
came
it too,
down.
man.
Dude, the overload came down to the wire. I mean, Toronto, and it's so funny. I forgot who it was in chat. I don't know if it was G Baby. I think it was Striker that called the reverse sweep for Toronto. I mean, it came down to the wire. These guys played absolutely incredible. Yeah, 6-5, down 5-0 in that Colossus. The Den came down 3-2. Cope 38-22 in that map 3, and then map 4 again. Just an absolute. Like, you could tell like these guys. Toronto was such a good Den team. They played so well, And Hank had some good kills, man. Like to step up. I mean, especially in that map 2. I thought the series was fantastic. Again, and then again round 11 on the map 5. Just you can't get better than that. Like you really can't get better than that matchup. That matchup was
Yep.
absolutely insane. Shout out Kyoto for coming in big. Boo again, finally being able to run a team, play on a team. Um, you know, Seven, which is funny. Had a new PC, but just it's still just kind of like the same Seven. I feel like, in my opinion, 1 in 10 on that S&D map two was nuts. I couldn't believe he was struggling on that map too. But like Cantu 17 and 8 on that map too. These guys, I think
Yeah, he kind of popped
Cantu and
off when I seen
Hydra.
the stats after I went. Yeah, he popped off.
Yeah,
He had a big three piece in that round 11 as well. I think it's a three. I feel with our team, our struggles, like we know what our struggles are. It's the small things I find with Toronto. I think it's the small things, and it's the same thing in BO6 and same things early on this year. It's the small things that I think we have to touch up on, and if we can narrow down the itty bitty things, I think again, like you told me last night that we did lose 3-2, but we did have a hell of an effort in 3-2. I think if that map one was a different map per se, I think the series went a long way. Plus, if that 3v1 at the end on the Colossus went a different way, I think I overchowed a little bit on down by X-Ray when I first fought Can2. And then I think
right.
the comms word on that map too is that we would have had with Hank watching over Cope as he was defusing. We were thinking that obviously K2 was
Dude,
across, we were going to be
dude,
able to
oh
get
my
him.
God, it's so funny because G Baby's in chat and he goes, "Bro, they would have told me to stick that bomb right there." I was dying. I was like, "Bro," and it's like if Cope, it was two times that Cope could have. It was Cope and someone else another time like, to stick the bomb, man. They had that because Cantu was on a
Yeah,
wicked route going
he
up
was.
top
Yeah,
statue, the P1, and I was like, "Oh, he drops a bomb," but I understand like the instinct is there, like to drop the bomb and see it to get the chow, and I totally understand.
and
But
the same thing with map
based
5.
on
I rewatched the map 5 as well on raid, the round 11 on raid as well, and obviously off of rip, the game plan was to go A, because at this point, and I'll shout it to Kyoto. Like, you guys did win. GG's. It was a fantastic game. Nothing about you got nothing of it stays a complete diss to Kyoto. But the game plan in that round 11 was to just ape A, because we thought personally that we were just outgunning them A. Like once we squared up with them 4-on-4, we thought we were the better team, and that was the game plan. I think coming into the ring, I lost the opening gunfight, the initial kill on Hydra, and that kind of set the map for us after that, because I think then Hydra just had control. I mean, if I pick Hydra off there, if you look at the replay, like if you ever go back and watch it, so I just had to look at it a little bit last night. They had three guys deep back in their spawn. It was only Hydra that
Mhm,
overextended. So
mhm.
I mean, if we picked off Hydra there, we would have swarmed A, and then we would have had complete A control, and I think it would have went a different way. Obviously, I'm not putting the whole blame on myself. Obviously, it comes down to a team effort at the end of the day. But yeah, it's just small things like that I noticed in the S&D for our team. And obviously, like you said, Den seems to be our bread and butter. And I think the Blackheart definitely should be thrown in the trash. that I don't know.
Dude,
That was a
yeah,
bad coaching decision on the owner's part. But
it's okay. I mean, I was watching it. And I'm like, okay, this has to be uh, a pick from Kyoto. But now hearing that it was a Toronto pick, that's insane. That's
we were
crazy. And
trying
then they
to
pick Col-
try to get me. The idea with that was to have me and Cope run sub with Hank to get a little freaky with it. That
mm,
obviously didn't pan out. Obviously, I think there was, and also on the hard point too. Like, I think you may have missed it, but like on that P4 hard point, I think not P4, P2. I think it was the third rotation on P2. Uh, I think you had me and Cope had a combined of a 10 spree going on. I think he was on a 6 and I was on a 4, and
yeah,
we
Coben
held that.
crazy.
And
I remember. Yeah,
that ended map 4, pushed us to map 5. Was just that final P2 rotation going into P3 towards the end. And that was good as well. But I mean, yeah, overall, GG's to Kyoto. It was a fucking fantastic series. I was stressed out playing
dude,
it. Uh,
pleasure. It was a pleasure casting and watching that. That
Definitely a
game was
highlight
good though.
match.
That
But
was great.
in fairness, that makes it a lot interesting, and I'm gonna turn that now. It makes it a lot interesting for Pool A. Now I'm understanding it's Pool A. I'm gonna put it up on screen. Oh, that's a black screen. Pool A. Obviously the standings on screen here for anyone that's watching VOD or live with us now. Obviously this is after week 2. Kyoto, the Pool A hasn't been updated, but that's where all the matches have happened so far this week. Toronto is currently rocking a 3-2. Kyoto is also running a 3-3, and Texas is 2-3. Texas plays Minneapolis. Texas only match left this week is Minneapolis. Obviously, Minneapolis is 0-4. Me and Feds can touch into them a little bit later. If Texas wins against Minneapolis, which I think the odds are in their favor, they do. They end 3-3, and then Toronto loses to OVO again this week and goes 3-3. I mean, Pool A gets
Yeah, I
really
mean,
really interesting.
and with the saturated schedule right now for week 3, because there's a lot of big games. I mean, that's Toronto OVO. I mean, that's fucking rematch, man. I mean,
And it's
and
BO6
it's and
Grand
it's
Finals
gonna
rematch, man.
yeah. I mean,
And
and that's
it's
gonna be so. I mean, the Clouter's right. I mean, we could really come back into getting a really good condensed pool A.
and
You
entering
know.
Pool A, yeah. It'd be shitty for me, for my squad, but yeah, no, this Pool A is shaping up to be something interesting. Obviously, if odds are in favor of Texas to go 3-3. We can touch on Minneapolis in a bit, but they're not looking in dire straits now. I think like they're one loss away from probably being confirmed for the pool play segment of Major One. They probably won't get the bye. They'll probably have to fight their way into the bracket. So it might be around that time now where, this team, like we've talked about in BO6, where these bottom tier teams now in these next coming weeks, you want to stabilize your roster and get ready for the major, because you still have a chance in the major, but you just don't have a chance at that bye anymore. So now it's just kind of like you got to retool your roster to get ready for the major
Right.
and try not to
Right.
get relegated, which is a new thing coming in. Obviously, since we've been doing the pod, for BO7 now with the D League teams as well. But yeah, no, that Pool A gets super interesting if OVO takes over Toronto. So Toronto and OVO, I mean, that's already a big match. I know a lot of people in the court are highlighting OVO versus Stanford this week because you had two of the highest leading KD guys going at it with Splashy and Gelato. But this Toronto OVO feud got some depths to it, man. There's roots to this fucking rivalry. Shout out to all the OVO boys. I had nothing against them. TT is the
Yeah, El
GOAT and all the
Clasico,
boys.
man. It's literally El Clasico, bro.
But
I'm telling you, that is the new classic match, man.
yeah,
That's
BO6
it's
Grand Finals rematch, man. They took it from us. I mean, the first outing we had in BO7, it was a 3-0 sweep for Toronto. So this is the second meeting in BO7 now. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to play them this week. I think it's gonna be Thursday night for that one. So that should be a big match. But yeah, on the topic of OVO though, I don't mean to jump on top of them either, but a big week for them too. Stanford and Toronto. Undefeated so far. So do they keep that undefeated streak going after this week, or do you think they see a loss?
um dude, the Stanford matchup is gonna be insane. I think, and then the Toronto matchup. I mean, they have a lot of games to play. I'm gonna do a hot take. I think OVO could still go undefeated. I really think that.
They probably could. Splashy is
They probably
unreal.
could. I think Splashy is really, like I said, he hasn't skipped a beat yet. The only thing I think they're gonna have to play two juggernauts. They got to play Stanford, Gelato rocking a 2.02 for the league. He is the highest KD by over a .5 compared to Xavier, who is sitting at number 2. Splashy is not even into the top 10 right now. I don't even see him in the
But
top
he did
10
have a week
KDs.
off.
He did have a week off, so that could change. But I'm looking at some of these guys like of course Nuck at 4, Mike is at 5 still for Las Vegas. He's still up there in the top 5. I still think they have to play Las Vegas, right? I believe they have to play Las Vegas as well. It's Las Vegas, Toronto, Stanford. I believe those are the 3 games OVO have to play.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Toronto just has OVO and Las Vegas left. I think.
yeah. So yeah, they're gonna have to play juggernauts. Really, I mean, 'cause I think right now, I think Las Vegas is tech. Even though they had a tough loss to, believe Kyoto 3-2. I believe. I could be wrong though. Actually, was it
Las
Kyoto?
Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vegas. No, they won. They beat Kyoto.
Oh, they beat Kyoto 3. Okay, so they beat
Yeah,
the. I mean, like you know what I'm saying? Like so,
yeah.
we are neck and neck with like these guys. I think they're all 3 of those guys are solid teams. OVO is gonna have to really really lock it in. I just don't think they skipped the beat. I think their chemistry is still there. I think it just depends on if they wake up from a nap and then they just get on cold. I think it really depends on, are they gonna warm up. They like to play earlier in the day. They don't like to play too late. So I think a lot of those factors we gotta factor them in. But I think OVO could definitely stay undefeated. But playing Gelato. What is it? Back Lotto?
I don't
Like
think they played
that's
together yet. I think Backdoe got his debut on Stanford last night when they got the victory over Texas.
mhm,
Obviously the pools aren't updated on screen here, but another thing I just noticed too, looking at it too, Stanford and OVO is going to be a big match because Stanford's technically 4-1 right now. OVO is 4-0, so I mean OVO can't really afford to lose because if Stanford beats
right,
OVO, they could take them over in the pool and shove OVO
right,
down in pool play. Now, obviously, after this week's matches and whoever play, and then obviously all teams got to play the additional because obviously you play 7 teams and everyone's only going to play 6, so you play the additional team, and then there's going to be the pool swap where the pools get mixed up, where Pool A is going to get paired up against Pool C or D, and Pool B, and then same with Pool B. That's
right,
also interesting because it depends what kind of D's team, like, what pools are going to get matched up with other pools on the other side. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of heavy hitters on the other side. Obviously doing the pot, I keep looking at, and there's in my head, there's a pool that I want to be paired up against just in case there's a 3-3 there's a 3-3 split between all 3 teams
hmm
because again, like shout out to Kyoto and Texas, but there's some teams in a pool that I'm eyeing up that like, I think we get the better of that these teams might not. You know what I mean?
right. I agree. I agree. I
That
believe.
benefit
I
us more.
believe like OVO's. I believe like my. I believe OVO, Toronto, Stanford, Las Vegas is like another tier above like Kyoto and those guys. I really think so sometimes.
Las Vegas is
Kyoto
playing
came
really good too.
like only because of the numbers. I like Las Vegas still. But okay, maybe a hot take here. Maybe Stanford beats OVO. Only because Lotto, man.
Man, you think Gelato drops 50 on OVO as well, bro? I'm
I
pretty
think
sure he's dropped 50 kills like once a
I
series.
think he could do it. I think Lotto can absolutely do it. Now,
I meant to ask. I meant to fact check that because I know I messaged you the other night and said, bro, But I know for a fact he has 350 bombs. There was one series he
yeah,
played. It was the last one he played last week. He got two in both hard points. He dropped 250s in two different hard points. It was
right.
unreal.
And like,
Like, bro, chill.
I just think, like, I think Gelato has been playing just absolutely incredible Call of Duty
Yep.
after BO6. I think he's back in the final form. You definitely see in BO7 where players had played like BO2, BO4, AW a little bit, kind of from that jump mechanism, the wall jumping. Like you could tell, like even back though, again, same thing. Like they just elevated their game to the next level, and I think I still think the consistency is better for OVO and the continuity is there. They don't really play with e-subs. They were able to get through with T not being there in the beginning, but now with T back in the lineup, I think it's like I think Splashy really starts his villain arc for this major. I really think so, but I can't count out. I think it's a pick'em. You can't really count
It
out
is.
Stanford, dude.
No.
You really can't, because
No.
if BT and Gelato back, like they have a depth of field compared to OVO, and OVO is again playing with the same four. They have continuity, but what Stanford is they have fucking. I think Gelato might be playing just a little bit better than Splashy as of right now, based on the numbers.
I mean,
That's
if
just
we
based off numbers.
really want to
You know?
go into it, like I'll jump into you with a little bit of stat checks here. I mean, OVO right now has a 1.13 overall KD. Now that's also excluding the OVO Las Vegas
Hmm.
stats because they are lost in the win because it was a 5-hour match. We'll touch on that shortly.
Oh, that they did play. Oh, yeah.
That with the
Yeah,
3 or 4
yeah,
resets. You were
yeah.
there, bro. You were there.
Oh, I was, dude. Dude.
Nah, BT. We're still talking with Stanford, bro. You're chilling, bro. We'll give you some
Yeah, you're
gas in a
chilling.
second. But yeah, OVO leading all teams with the overall hardpoint KD with a 1.13. Stanford running in third right now with a 1.10 KD
Wow.
as
Wow.
well. As for S&D, both teams are pretty mid in the S&D. I don't really have them here as a top S&D team right now as I'm looking through my notes. But
Yeah, top
and then
S&D.
it comes down to it, and here's another thing. I think Stanford right now is the number one overload team in the league right now with a 1.24 KD, and they average about
That's
four.
ridiculous.
They average 3.8 touchdowns a game or pockets a game.
That's fucking ridiculous. What?
1.24,
what?
4 games in. They are
An overload?
The next one
Oh
underneath
my
them
God.
is Miami with a 1.18, which is also kind of crazy. But yeah,
That's
Stanford having a
insane.
1.24 right now in overload right now. That's their mode, man. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting series, man. Stanford's looking pretty hot. I mean, they look really hot in the respawns. I know OVO is a really good search team. And the thing with all COD is that search wins championships. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that plays out, man. But I think if Stanford's gonna struggle against OVO, it's gonna be in the search. I think they're gonna bang.
Yes.
I think they're gonna bang out in the hard points. Hard points is gonna be a toss up.
I think Stanford wins those HPs. I think they take the overload. I really, dude. Now I'm looking at these numbers. I'm like, damn, it's such a 50-50 for me. I think I just
sit there, bro, and take a look at the stats and really look at them. Like I really looked at them like 2 days ago, and I was like, holy shit, bro.
Dude, I was looking at it last night during the Kyoto match. And I'm sitting there like, holy fuck, like it's like top 3 S&D teams, fucking Paris, Toronto, and New York.
Yes.
More so, I think, in terms of KD. Like I'm sitting there.
No,
like,
that's exactly what I have here. I'm going to touch on that later. That's
sorry, yeah, no,
it's
just shit like that is like
it's great.
shit like that to me is the most like you think teams that I don't even expect to be in the top right now, and like to I didn't even know fucking Stanford has a 1-2-4 in overload. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. So like
I don't know
just
what
think...
their defenses are because I added that in there as well. I know they average 3.8. It's average on 3.8. I don't know what their total is. I'm gonna drag it up here on screen for me.
Like Gelato on respawns and then overload. It's like, dude, like can Stanford play good S&D? Can they be comparable to OVO in the S&Ds? I think that's really what's going to come down to. It's going to, like I said, I think we're going to see 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if Stanford 3-1. Like I really wouldn't.
Yeah,
Because
Stanford is
like OVO takes the S&D, and
Stanford
then
and OVO
three.
are both
Oof.
tied right now for total I guess points in overload with 15. Leaders is currently tied between
Wow.
Michigan and Toronto with 19 right now. They currently lead with the most. OVO does have the most TDs per game, but that's also excluding the Vegas series that they played. Those stats are in the win still. Um, but yeah, no, overall, man, the overload, I think the overload, man, is going to come down to Stanford. I think Stanford just looks better in overload, but again, I definitely don't count Splashy out, so that's definitely a match to look forward to. And on top of that, like we mentioned earlier, the Toronto series, I mean, for OVO is just as heavy hitter, but I won't touch no more on OVO. We gave them their flowers for this week. But yeah, moving on through these pools because I think we'll just do it by Pool A and Pool B. I mean, looking back at it now, I mean, we also have Texas and Minneapolis that play this week. I mean, Minneapolis is kind of struggling.
Minneapolis is the worst team right now in the CXP by numbers. I'm so sorry to tell you guys, they are abysmal. They are they are right there with Detroit, and we'll touch on Detroit right there. They are so close, and I would have said the same thing for New Jersey in Pool B, but New Jersey actually come up with a win. Minneapolis looks absolutely lost. They are 2-12 in the MC, 0-4. They need to figure out a retool or something. Whether Tate needs to come back or something, man. They need to figure it out. It's absurd. I am so shocked to see them
Yeah.
actually on the bottom of the barrel of the team. And I'm not trying to be harsh, but I think right now is a deserving of a hot take. They are literally the worst team in the
It's hard to
CXP.
say, man. I mean, they have the worst overall KD in the league in hardpoint with a 0.83. I mean, if you look at their overall KD in search is a 0.69. They're minus 12 in round count. I mean, they obviously lose 12 rounds more than they win.
But yeah, look at the numbers,
And
man.
in
Oh my
overload, they're
god.
they're 0.88 in overload. They're second bottom. They're second worst underneath Bermuda. Bermuda is probably the worst overload team, but second worst nonetheless. I mean, I don't know. Like for this Minneapolis team, man. Uh, listen, BT man, me and Fets got the high end inside stats, my dude. we
Yeah,
go
we got
all
the
in for the pots,
juice.
man. We had the next gen stats for all teams.
Yeah, Clouter
And
developed our own very own stat sheet
yeah,
that we could use,
that we're
yeah, for the
just
pod.
keeping at. Yep.
Yeah.
I think
So that
what I'm going to do, I gotta talk to E about it. What I may do is we might do a power rankings like they usually do in like the NHL and NBA and NFL, and I might just do a power rankings for each team per week based off the stats. That's another thing I'm looking into, but uh, we'll announce that when the time comes. But yeah, no, we have it's basically all team stats with all team KDs, just for something for me and Fets to go about, just so we can be more analytical when we're giving shit to
oh,
teams.
yeah, we all love the analytics.
just so uh, just so people don't give a shit if we're just talking shit for no reason. We back up
Yeah,
our
no, we want to do our best to back. I mean, if you see, I
we
see
back
this.
it
I
up.
don't want to veer out, but if you take a look at the amount of work Clatter has put into this, it is so impressive, man. Color in the numbers and
Man,
the equations. It's so much. It's like one of the easier stat sheets to do. Because
yeah,
it's not
just punch.
obviously individual; it's a team stat, but it's really impressive, man.
Yeah,
We could really
fuck around.
tell you what's the best KD for what team has the best differential and whether it's time differential for HPs or overload kills or differential for rounds or goals for overload, shit like that, man. It's sick.
Yeah, no, it doesn't
Yeah,
take a whole lot, but I am happy how it turned out.
oh,
You
100%.
all can see my shitty SNDK. Not your personal
Yeah, and I
not your personal one. It's just all combined in these teams. For your match versus nightmares. Oh, okay. Can you post them, Capshot? If not, you can DM them to me and
oh
I can
he
post them.
posted it. I think
Oh,
he
did he?
posted it already.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
That's fine. I can look at it later.
Thank you, Cap. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Um,
you go. Yeah, no, I don't look at
but yeah,
individuals. I just do it as a total team. So I just take the scoreboards from each team
that
and
way
just
we
kind
could
of do it
really,
by there.
we could go through and see like which teams are really the best at
Struggling and
what,
want
and then they,
lows, and you can kind of
yeah,
figure out which is good for people that want to know if they're struggling with their team, if they want to know what they're struggling with, they can just come into the pod here and we go through every team and
yeah,
touch on
mm-hmm.
it the most we can. I think at some point it's gonna get over stimulated with so much shit that we're not gonna be able to touch on everything in the run of a podcast. But Like yeah, no, like Minneapolis, like I said, Minneapolis. Like we know Minneapolis is struggling right now. We don't know where the problem lies. I think it's a whole team problem maybe or something. But I mean,
Yeah.
for them to be bottom of the barrel in every game mode is not the hottest. And I think this match with Texas is big for them because, like I mentioned
Oh my
earlier,
God, they have to beat Texas.
if
They
Minneapolis
have
goes 0-5, if Minneapolis goes 0-5, um,
they have to beat
yeah,
Texas.
they have to stay alive.
If they lose to Texas, I'm fuck Bermuda. They are the I like. I think Bermuda has a chance to beat Texas. Like later, I don't know if that was an actual game yet, but if they do play, I would take Bermuda. But dude,
No.
the
I didn't mean Bermuda was worse overall. I meant Bruno was just worse than Overload.
I mean
Yeah.
they're not
They're close.
terrible,
They're not terrible, but
but but
yes,
dude, if Indianapolis loses to Texas, dude,
it's the same thing I
I'm
told
if
you though.
I'm if
You gotta change your mindset to okay. We can't focus on the wins. We need to focus on getting better for pool play.
exactly. But dude, if they lose to Texas, I'm if I'm Pamas and Tape, I'm waving the white flag and looking for a retool because that's insane.
Yeah,
That's absurd to drop five. That's
yeah.
absurd to drop five. I
And
mean,
Texas needs this too. Like me and you were talking about. I mean, Texas goes 3-3. Obviously, the for everyone here now, obviously the standings in the pools after week 2. I don't have anything updated from the the recent matches that happened. But like I said, if Texas goes 3-3, and then Toronto goes 3-3, and Kyoto goes 3-3, that gets a lot interesting then there too.
what does Texas struggle with the most? S&D, they're .89. That's basically they're .9 average point. Their overload is actually better, believe it or not. But I mean,
It's hard
yeah,
point against
Minneapolis
S&D.
needs a
They're
Minneapolis, Texas. That's got to be a game that
yeah.
for Minneapolis. Texas needs to. I think Texas does beat them.
I also
You
think
know,
Texas beats them.
they lost to Stanford. I think 3-1. Was it last night or the night before? So I mean, I don't think Texas can match up to like the heavy hitters, but I think these bottom teams they definitely have a chance to stay in the mid area of the league. You know, and again, that's always been Texas. They've been staying in kind of like the midsection in the league for a while. But Minneapolis just egregious work. I don't know what it
Yeah,
does not work in, so they gotta figure it out. And hopefully they do. Hopefully, I really hope. I'm praying that they actually, you know,
and I
kind of
think
live second half. You know.
yeah, and that's just going on with Pool A. Pool B is a little interesting. I mean, you have OVO and Stanford. They're gonna tow it off this week, and we'll see who comes out there. I mean, Vegas still has a chance. Uh, obviously, lost to OVO last week in a very controversial high-end
Oh,
heat match. Obviously,
the longest match of my career.
a lot of tension between them.
Casting.
Probably a new forming rivalry forming there between OVO and Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I like Las Vegas. I still like, dude.
I
I
do. I
think
like their
Las
depot.
Vegas is a top six, top. I think Las Vegas can be a top five team.
Yeah, no, I
Just
like that,
based
man.
off the numbers and the KDs and
They're a
the way
really
they've
good
been
respawn
playing.
team, and yeah, and the way they're
Yeah,
playing. Yep, I agree. I don't count
they're
them out
playing
yet
very
either.
close. They're
It
playing
depends
very
on
close.
the. It's gonna really depend on this pool swap when it comes in, who they get matched up against. Because if Vegas gets pulled up against that New York pool, I think. Well, if Pool B gets marked up against Pool C, I think it's gonna get a lot more closer. Because I think OVO, Stanford, and Las Vegas can really run the gauntlet with Detroit, Bermuda, and London. You know what I mean? I think those are three teams. I mean, then you have your matchup against New York, and I think then the New York matchup against three of these teams is what's going to be the difference maker in the
Hmm.
series if that's
Oh
the
yeah,
pool they get paired up with on the crossovers.
right. Yeah,
And then obviously there's New Jersey, and I think the only thing with New Jersey, man, is that they're coming around, but these guys are struggling in respawn.
yeah,
These guys are
yeah.
definitely
Absolutely.
struggling in respawn. I mean, point nine, they have a point nine KD in hardpoint right now, probably one of the towards the bottom of the barrel for KDs in hardpoint right now. Shockingly enough, though, their S&D stats, I mean, they're I got them top five for S&D right now. They're rocking a 1.03 KD. They have a +3 round differential. They're chilling, but then right then again, I mean, they're right back down in the bottom
Oh,
again with overload.
what's his name? Just apparently updated the pool 7. I guess he has a new graphic out. Yeah.
For all the updated standings, must be
Yeah, I
updated
think he just
standings.
updated. Yeah, if you take a look in the. Okay.
Hold on now, let me open up Discord real quick. Do 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 do.
Yeah, he has it up. So if
I could probably pull that up on screen real quick. Oh, it's our series against Kyoto. I don't want to see that.
yo, yeah. Yeah, man.
Texas should be 2-3. He has them 1-3. They should be 2-3. I don't
Yeah,
know
two.
where
Okay,
he got
so
that mixed up to. They should be 2-3 because they did win 2 matches, did they not? I gotta like double check that. Someone can get a stat check on that. I'll stat check that after and figure that out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Texas has 2 wins. You might be looking at the Major
okay.
1 scoreboard, Feds. Just see if they have
So I
2
can
wins.
look. Yeah, I'm looking in right now, baby.
Because
Let's
I think they
see.
beat Las Vegas, didn't they? They beat Las Vegas and they never beat OVO.
Um.
Shit, now we gotta like take a mid-pause, mid-cast to figure this out.
Why can't I ever find this? I'm so stupid. Oh, here we go. Okay, Wager 1 scoreboard. Okay, so 0-1, 0-2,
Oh, maybe they only do have
1 and
one.
2,
Did I fuck that up? Maybe that's
1
fucked up
and
on my part.
3, 1 and 3.
4 and 1 and 5. Oh, maybe I did fuck that up.
Yeah, I think they're 1 and 3. Yeah,
Okay,
I
maybe
think
that
that's
is right.
right.
Okay, well, bad stats
0 and
on
1,
Papa Clout's
0 and
side.
2,
I thought they had a
1 and
second. I thought they
2,
had a second win
1
there
and
somewhere.
3. Yeah, 1 and 3.
Anyways, I do see a BT. Yeah, I will
Oh,
look into that.
Kyoto. No, 1 and 4. Kyoto beat them the first game.
Why did I think they won 2? Anyways,
Nah, they're 1 and 4.
maybe I have the pool stat, but well, fuck, my bad for
At
the
least
apologies for the miscommunication there, fellas. Hold on now. We'll fix that. Oh,
no,
that will
you're
be
good.
fixed. So what does
Yeah, I
7
think
have
they,
up
they
there?
have the first ever game. Kyoto beat them 3-1.
Yeah, so Stanford's 4-1. I just want to know where I'm missing, what I'm missing here. But anyways, I'll figure that out later. I will fix it on my end later. But anyways, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that pool
obviously
B.
Pool A is well, yeah. If that's the case, then if Texas is 1-4, then yeah, then Texas definitely needs a win. Texas needs a win. That's Texas Minneapolis is fight to survival right now.
Yeah, and then yeah, like you
And
said, New
then
Jersey's definitely struggling in that
New Jersey's
respawn,
struggling
man.
in a respawn. I think, uh, I mean, with like I think me and you talked about it last week with Las Vegas, Stanford, and OVO in the pool with them. It's gonna be very hard for them to come out of this hole
Yeah,
and try to make it and try to get the bye.
yeah, I think they've lost a little bit of their identity, just a little bit. You know,
Well,
from we
they did
used
pick up
to watch
Zorbs.
them. Yeah, I think Zorbs is
I think
Zorbs
Zorbs
is
is
a
a
great
great
player.
pickup. I meant to mention that too. Yeah, Zorbs was a great pickup for them in their win over Texas. I think is who they won. With Zorbs, well, it's their only win. Um, but yeah, no, Zorbs being a big pickup for these guys. In their win against who? Who was their win against? Oh, against Kyoto. It was 3-0 against Kyoto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zorbs
Yeah, which
definitely.
again, which was a surprising win. I just, I was looking at New Jersey going 0-4. I'm surprised. I'm happy that they got a win. It's just right now they gotta figure out how to connect on the respawns big time. Other than that, that pool B is looking saturated as fuck. Oh my god, dude. I mean, it's insane. 4-1, 4-1, 3-2. Las Vegas could go 4-2. They take a big win. If like OVO Stanford, whoever loses. But if Las Vegas comes through this week, dude, we're really really close. I mean,
Who
Las
does they
Vegas,
play
they
this
got
week? They play.
they
Did they already play Texas? Or do they have to play
they.
Texas?
Oh yeah, okay, so they're done then, right?
Yeah, because Las Vegas played. Oh no, that's week 2. Fuck, hold on. Wrong graphic. My bad. They play Kyoto and they play New Jersey. So they haven't played New Jersey this week.
Oh shit,
New Jersey to
that's
go
gonna
4-2.
be. Yes, they need Zorbs to really step in and play
New
for
Jersey
New
needs to win
Jersey.
out this week to make it
Yeah,
interesting. If New Jersey wins out this week, it makes it super interesting in Pool B.
Who else does New Jersey play? They just play.
Minneapolis.
Oh, they play Minneapolis. Oh my god, it should be 1-1 split. If anything, New Jersey surprises to go 2-0
after this
with
week, and
Zorbs in the lineup.
I seen it in chat too. I think after this week, there's gonna be a big blow up in Minneapolis. I hope it doesn't result in the whole team falling apart, but they're
Oh
they're
god,
definitely looking at a 1-5, 0-6. I think with Los and Zorbs on that New Jersey roster, man, I think they take Minneapolis too. But I mean,
yeah.
it shows it otherwise, man. But yeah, I think for Pool A and Pool B, I mean that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, a big week for OVO. They have 2 big matches. Obviously, one against Gelato and one against a BO6 rival in Toronto Frost. grand finals rematch, second meeting in BO7. That should be good. Um, you know, it could be a big week for Texas. Obviously, I thought they won 2 matches. I don't know where I had that from, but anyways, that's besides the point. Um, but yeah, big week for Texas, and Minneapolis is fighting to stay alive here for pool play going forward. But then we go over to the Pool C and D side, and the first thing I notice over here, man, is we got New York in a similar situation as OVO going up against two heavy hitters in Paris and Absolute Rain.
Yeah. Dude, that Paris New York game is going to be cinema. I already see it. Um,
Dude, one thing I had
both
here in
3-1.
my notes here too that we have to talk about is that the OG LA squad from BO6 has reunited in pairs, and I
Mm-hmm.
am all for that.
All for it, man. I mean, so glad to see that continuity there for Paris. Going up against again New York team that is actually pretty strong, and the Pool C. I know the Pool C right now is a little weak, in my opinion. Just with the three teams, London, Detroit, and Bermuda, I just think that's just like a weaker pool compared to the rest of the top teams in the pool and other pools. I just think um, we're gonna see a little bit more of New York against Paris. We're gonna see how they really play. I still think New York wins that. It just depends on uh, how well Paris comes out and plays, and lag is the ping is good for them. Like, because I know some of them are west or they ping Texas or whatever. So we'll see how well that game goes out. But I like New York for that. I think New York go ends up being 5-1 by the end of the week. That's just my take. Paris is probably
Wait,
going to drop one.
New York 5-1, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think New York beats both Bermuda and Paris. I really think so. I think New York hasn't. I think New York hasn't skipped the beat. I think again El Capitan and Bear. The El Capitan has really, even though he's been gooping way too much with Casper lately,
The
way
goops.
too much gooping. I mean, like we're gooping till 4 a.m. almost every night. They're crazy. I've stopped gooping because they made me lose all my fucking guns. So like I had like so many guns. Now I have like 5 guns left. It's like, dude, I've lost like over 400K of goop, and these guys just goop. Even Bear has said it himself. He's like, dude, I wish I could just goop, man. But he gets on the game and plays, and hasn't skipped a beat. So it's like I like New York for these 2 games. Like I said, that Paris New York is definitely a match, in my opinion. One of them that's like
There's a lot of
one out of the
match of the
three
weeks,
matches
man.
for the week. Yeah, there's a
Oh
lot of
man,
them. That
100%, man.
saturated week. That's definitely one to watch in my book. So
New York versus AR should be good as well, man. You have Xavier playing there. I mean, another one to point out too. Michigan and AR as well, and Michigan against Miami. I think there's a lot of people sleeping on Michigan right now. I think they look really good, man.
ooh, Collins'
Especially in
big New
Overload,
York
man.
roster change coming soon.
Oh
Oh
shit, dude.
shit. Oh
Dude,
shit.
Eraz is getting too horny on them oranges, bro. He's gonna start making moves.
He's been getting some extra large oranges, bro. I don't know what's. I don't even find oranges at Stop and Shop
That
nearby
was
like that.
a big fucking orange he had the other day, man.
That's
That
huge.
was
I mean,
huge.
dude, I still think like whatever roster change they do, it's probably for the benefit. They every roster change that he does, it's like it benefits them, and I think like New York does really well with some. It doesn't matter whatever roster change they do, whatever they always still
Yep.
are consistent. We
Yep.
lost Q today. Also, yeah, Q left the server unfortunately. So,
Oh
um,
damn, yeah. So definitely gotta be a big move coming there to fill in that gap. And chill, goop.
yeah,
At a
and
boy
chill
bear. I hope
goop.
you're getting some good goop, bro.
Get back on. Yeah, you know, it, the man finds a Venator and just dips out. He's like, "Yo, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here." Like,
Dude, I love a good Venator though.
yeah. So not, but I still think New York El Capitan. You know what I mean? They don't skip a beat, even whatever they're doing outside of COD. But I still think that Pool C is very weak, in my opinion. I think it's very diluted. I don't think. I think New York should be running away out of this pool easily. I don't know what's good with London, but I know 90U retooled it with a couple people, but like, dude, Detroit, dude, 0-4.
I think Detroit's in the same boat of Minneapolis right now. I mean, you're not looking good. I mean, 0-4, 5-12
Okay,
map count. I mean, you're in the same boat as
dude,
Minneapolis. Like you got to win out this week. If you don't win out,
yeah.
you're playing in the pools of death, bro, and you gotta just get ready for that, and try not to get relegated.
Yeah, Kaori 2.0 KD against Washington, against Michigan, and they lost 3-2. Like
Yep.
it's just he showed up. He's been showing up. He's been playing out of his mind lately. I've been seeing him in other leagues, and Kaori has been one of my favorite players to watch so far. But dude, it's like you got to give him some help. And I think Iraz will attest to this. Same thing. He just puts himself in those situations. He's like, no one wants me. He's playing for a team that's kind of like bottom of the barrel. I think Detroit again isn't. I just think they're a bottom
My
barrel team right now,
and
even with
complete side
Kaori.
note, as I really do hope that the teams that after this major get relegated, uh, just either accept well, I mean, I guess they don't really have to play in the D League, but you know what I mean, like accept the relegation and keep playing in the D League to come back up because it'd be kind of cool to see the progression of these teams if they come back up again. You know what I mean? Because
Oh yeah.
obviously, looking at it now, hindsight is that Detroit and Minneapolis. I mean, there's probably some D League teams that are popping right now that probably could take some spots of some teams here now and make it a lot
hmm
more competitive. But I
Absolutely,
just hope
I agree.
that those rosters, we see those rosters again, and hopefully that when they go down to D League, they don't just disperse and then, But then again, if a new team forms, that's how it goes. I totally understand that too. But
Yeah, they just got to figure it out, man. I
not
think
looking good
Bermuda
for
and
them.
London are in the same boat. Like, in terms of like together, they're just 1-3. They have similar map counts. I don't know how they're gonna come out of it. I think 90U has an idea as to what to play, for London. But Bermuda, they are still trying
Bermuda's
to string
also,
it
yeah,
together.
Bermuda's still trying to figure it out. I think Bermuda and London are in the same boat right now. They're still trying to figure it out. There's still a chance for them to make a
hmm
push at it and stay alive, going down the road. But like I said, it's a kind of make your move now type deal. You don't really have much matches left. You have two this week, and then maybe another four. Yeah, 2 more weeks after that, and then we're right in the pool play, man. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
it's time
very.
crunch, man. And looking over at Pool D as I got it up on here now, Pool D. I think last week we were saying Pool D was just gonna be Paris and Miami, but AR and Michigan is gonna make this pool very, very interesting because I think all four of these teams are having a great start, to the major so far.
Yeah, we got a big one tonight against Michigan, so that if whoever wins that definitely could take the pool, depending on what happens with New York and Paris as well. We play Michigan tonight at 10:30, so that should be a fun one. I've
You
just
spotted
haven't.
in?
Oh yeah, I spawned it
Fuck
against.
yeah.
I
Fuck
spawned
yeah.
it
I seen
against.
you spotting the other night. I was like, whoa, dude, the
Yeah,
Fetty's playing again.
dude, I'm dropping point four is like it's my fucking
Hey man,
job. It's
don't you worry
insane.
about it,
I
bro.
haven't I haven't been like I said, I just get on and play the match, and then I just get off and I just go goop. So it's like I haven't been able to play like anything really the last couple of days. I've been so busy. So I know Nuck and Perk really got a lot riding on this game because there has
Bro,
been
what's
shit
it like?
talk.
What's it like playing with the Nuckster? Maybe
Oh, it's been great.
between me and you, the runner-up of Major Four MVP.
Yeah, no, it's always fun. It's just I think with Nuck
Decent.
playing, I played with him back in Major One with Capshot, believe it or not. When I was picked up for the first time, so we made a little run of losers. But a Capshot would tell you that it was fun playing with those guys. But the thing with Nuck is like, um, it's I think it's not even just pressure. It's just like you're expected to do your job.
Yeah.
Like you're expected to do your job, and everybody has a job, and like he may not mean he doesn't mean anything. Like he's just being he's just that's he's not afraid to tell you like it is.
No,
But
and
that's what
as,
makes
as
you
as your team captain, that should be your
yeah.
role
And then
to set the
and
tone.
it's more to just get better. It's more to understand like especially like Scar overload. Like we're not bringing that bomb airplane anymore, and I think I was pushed up a little too far. So he's like, "Yo, Fats, like just when you have bomb and you spawn, make sure you're flipping that, or you're not playing too far deep, you know. So you get those kinds of notes and tips, and it does help a lot.
Yep.
And I think not, but it's like it's the expectation and the pressure. I think makes players better on Miami, and I think with Parks and Perk. They're great support players. I mean, they're really fun
Yep.
to play with. I've always loved playing with Nuck.
That is
So that's just an
that is
insider.
a big squad too. Now that
You-
you're thinking about it, I mean, Nux, Perks, yourself, and Perk is definitely definitely a good squad
Yeah.
to have. Like that's
Like I'm getting
definitely
rinsed. I mean, I was getting smoked. I don't think I
yeah, but
broke
you
10
have
kills on the
you
respawn.
have the same thing as like Toronto per se. You have your big three and you're like that fourth piece. But I mean, you as that fourth piece though, I mean in BO6, I'll give you the gas now while you're here. But BO6, you were definitely the best hill kitten out of everyone
Ah, thank you.
out of all the 0 pointers. So I mean,
Thank you. Thank you.
you're playing with Nock and Parks. I mean, Parks being a solid AR, and you have Nock running around the map. Like you have so much overlook support there with the players you have, man. Like if
Yeah,
you if
it
you could
does
just
help, man.
if you hold down the hill, like the three of them should just be
Really
able
do.
to
Yeah, it's
take
just
space while
yeah.
you just sit there and fucking
It's just winning
goop on
gunfights, man.
site.
I just be able to need to shoot my Dravik
In
a
Arc
little
Raider
more, you know.
in Arc Raiders terms, you're going into the high loot area and you're taking all the goop for yourself,
Literally, I'm
and all the
licking the
and
entire high
Nux running
area
around
clean, man.
mopping the whole lobby for you while you're just gooping.
Literally, dude. I'm just looting dead raiders on the floor. They got like pink augments. I'm taking all of them. Like but
Yeah,
that's the thing. I love soaking. I don't mind it. It was fun. It's fun playing with Nuck and those guys in Miami.
I
I
think
also think
one
pink looks good on me too. You know.
true. Yeah, do I like that
So
Miami point pink?
but right now Michigan's been talking a lot of
Yeah,
smack to
no, I
Perk.
think I think
So
in yeah, no, Michigan. That's something that's where I was gonna jump to next was Michigan because I feel like we have to give them some flowers because this was a team that we didn't think was gonna strive with a 1-1 record, but JCap really took this team, had a 2-0 week, and yeah, they look strong, man. They're giving me, I know what they're
yeah.
doing. You know what they are. You know what kind of vibes they're giving me. They're giving me Rogue Raiders BO6 vibes right now.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with. I know what you're
They're
talking. I
like
know what
they're
you're coming
like
from.
that.
Yeah.
They're like that underdog roster that you didn't expect to do well, but they're doing well. And I think they're going to continue to do well as the major progresses. And I think they're going to be a team that enters the major and probably shock a lot of people, to be honest. And yeah, no, I really, what JCap's been doing with that team, a shout out to him. He's definitely doing something there that's working in
Yeah,
Michigan.
shout out JCap for real. JCap really is a good guy, and
But
he just
obviously
seems to be knowing what he
after
was doing.
after week two, I mean, if you look at all the pools on screen, I mean, Pool A is going to come down to probably Toronto, and Kyoto, which we talked about earlier. Pool B is going to come down to OVO, Stanford, and Las Vegas, unless New Jersey has a massive week. Which, if they do, then that pool gets super interesting. Pool C is looking like New York may run away with it right now. And then this pool D, I mean, this pool D could be anyone. I mean, even AR. I'm not even going to talk. I mean, I'm not even going to throw shade towards AR. I mean, they're 2-2 and 8-9 map count right now. But I mean, two big wins from them this week with Xavier popping
I,
off.
I did not have fun playing Xavier. I think Xavier killed me 13 times on that Scar map one, and I killed him one time. I
You know what?
swear to God,
Yo, you know
man, it's
what's
insane.
you want to know what's crazy though? From our lovely stat sheet that I pointed out, and I wanted to mention what we were talking about. Absolute Rain has a 1.16 KD in Overload. They're the third highest KD out of all teams in the league right now, and they're 1-3 in Overload.
Wow, that's crazy.
They are one and
Yeah,
three in Overload. They are one of the I don't know how to even say it. I think they're just the worst objective. Like they can get kills on the map, but they're just not scoring.
yeah. We talking about AR?
AR, yeah. I think that's their
Yeah,
only problem with Overload. It has to be.
dude. I'm tell you what. Uh, they are not a bad S&D team either. They're not a bad team in total. Overloaded, it is true. I just think they're not scoring as much. Um, and they are composed. Like they are composed. They have a lot of composure. You know, and they're relentless. I think that they're good at respawn. Their respawn is decent. Like they could compete. I feel like a lot of other teams
Yeah,
in
I
respawn,
like they're good in
but
hardpoint too, but it's just like that Overload comes down to it.
the
I
overload
mean,
just becomes that map three. Like you got 1, 2, and then why it's map three? Like a lot of it crumbles. And it's. I don't think they're getting the offensive on the ball. I think you're right. They're not moving the rock as much. I don't know.
it was just something
It,
that I noticed when I was looting up. I mean, the
yeah,
boys have a 1.16 and are 1-3 in Overload. Something's definitely not driving in the Overload. Obviously, the kills are coming through, but they're just not scoring. I mean, they're goals for and goals against are kind of deadlocked at 3. So I don't know if they're just having absolute fucking shootouts in teams in Overload. Obviously, I haven't watched all the games they've played. Obviously, I skimmed through them just for
right.
obviously knowledge purposes and stuff, but and for the stats. But yeah, no, it was something I picked out, man. They have a sick KD in in overload, but just can't seem to get the ball in the zone. So that's the only issue I have with AR. Besides that, I mean, Hardpoint and S&D, I mean, they're up there, man. One of the top S&D teams for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, and I still expect them to make a run. Not saying they're gonna make it out of pool, but they'll definitely be in the league for a little bit of time because I
Yeah,
think
this
compared to
pool
the
D,
other midsection teams, like they're not a really bottom. Like because it's just because this pool right now for pool D is again saturated, just like pool
yeah,
B.
I
So
think,
pool D is just saturated. I think that's
yep,
like that 2-2 doesn't really define
no,
that roster.
no,
You know.
no. I think, like I said, I think everyone in this pool D, like I think confidently I can say that everyone in this pool D, I don't think there's gonna be one team in pool D that gets relegated.
Mhm.
I think that I don't think there's one team in pool D that gets relegated. I think all these teams make it through to either, well, to Major Two. But
Right.
yeah, no, we definitely won't be seeing the end of these teams anytime soon. I don't think these guys are just popping off, and this pool D is gonna be an absolute bloodbath going forward. Um, Getting into that though, towards the end, for everyone here now who probably doesn't know, because I had to figure out for myself how the playoff format's going to work this year, this major, with obviously the introduction of the D League and whatnot. And I'll just take a second to talk about that now for everyone's things. So obviously on screen here I have all the pools. Um, the first place team in each pool, they get a bye in the bracket play. So they'll go past round one. They'll play in round two. Each winner of each pool. So it's kind of crazy. So it's big stakes to win out your pool. The top four D League teams, they're gonna. So okay, wait now. Before I talk about the D League, the rest of the teams are gonna get then sorted into pools. Obviously, if you've been here before, you know how pool play works. The bottom three teams they go into pool play, and then that kind of plays seeding for uh, the major bracket. However, now with the introduction of the D League, the top four D League teams they're gonna come up and also be a part of those pool of death matches. So each there's gonna be one D League team, maybe two was what E-Rise told me. Maybe there might be two D League teams in some of these pools. And then what happens is the top two teams from each of those pools of death, they will advance into the Major One bracket and will confirm their spot in Major Two in the CXP. As for the bottom tier teams out of those pools of death out of pools of death or the pool play matches, I might be botching this up. I don't know who gets relegated, but then obviously from the bottom four teams, then they get relegated down to the D League, and then we move on to Major Two.
Yeah.
I might
Oh
have
yeah.
botched how I worded that, but yeah, no. So essentially, obviously, the winners of each pool they'll get a bye in round one of the bracket for Major One. And then everyone will go into a pool play for a week. Me and Fets will be here. We'll do what we usually do. We'll go through each pool, say who we think is going to come out of the pool, look at each matchup, give our odds and ends. It's going to be interesting this year because we're going to have D League teams coming up that we're not going to know barely anything about. So that's going to be interesting to see how they play.
Yeah, a lot of talent down there. Excited to see what it looks like
And then obviously the
as they come up.
top two teams from each pool in pool play, they'll move up into the bracket. And then obviously the bottom four teams of that pool play, they'll get relegated. And yeah, that's how playoffs are going to work. It's going to be interesting to see, man. I'm kind of excited to have the D League come up and play too. That should be some fun matches to watch.
Yeah, a lot of talent there. Again, like I said, a lot of people were leaving the main league to go down to the D League. Play with their boys, play with their homeboys and shit, make it a little bit more fun, more interesting. I think the comp in the D League is almost as comparable to the main league.
Yep.
Just based on like the amount of players that are playing in it right now. I mean, shout out for the CXP for actually re-implementing this because
Yep.
it's grown so much to now we could cater to a like minor league division pathway to the
The main.
Challenger
Yep.
CXP main league, so it's really cool. And I'm out of Boston, like I don't really know anybody on the D League. For someone that used to cast like a lot of D League matches when it was first introduced, like months ago,
Dude,
I have not taken a look.
I came in at the end of the first D League that we had here. That's when I started playing. I was in the D League too. I played for like Opium, I think, was then in D League, and then obviously the D League got disbanded, and then I got picked up by Dallas from Capshot and Gradual, and then the rest is history. Here we
Hmm.
are. But yeah, no, that's how the playoffs gonna work. I was thinking about I might do a graphic and have that up on screen. Might be easier because I'm pretty shitty at explaining stuff. But yeah, no, it's gonna be very interesting with the D leagues coming up. I'm pretty excited for that. Also, I guess me and Feds can shoot out now that we do plan on having a guest on next week. Uh, he just gave the go ahead then midway through here. Super excited to have him on. We're gonna have a good time with him when he comes on. Definitely had a fun time with E the last time we had E on, but it's definitely not gonna be E this time. It's gonna be someone different. But yeah, that should be a fun time. And also, I guess too, we can introduce. There'll be a new segment next week. So we're gonna have T coming on next week as well to do his little.
Yeah, teach top. Yeah, segment in the end. It's kind of like how we're ending up right now. Kind of like you know finishing up right now. Like he'll be able to jump in, and then he'll have his own segment, and then Clouter and I will bounce off each other. Pause about the what he proposes as what whatever his power, whatever T does, whatever the rankings
Yeah,
are,
so
whatever he throws out.
we're gonna debut that next week with T. So that should be interesting. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited for that too. That should be a fun segment. Plus, we're gonna have our guest come in. We're gonna shoot some shit about him. Talk about how he's playing this major. And get some more info on the team he's playing on and whatnot.
Sure.
So next week's gonna be an action packed episode. I mean, we're kind of coming towards the end here now. For this week episode, I don't really have much more to touch on. But however, I will, and I'm gonna plan on doing a graphic of this too. When I'm just gonna name it out for right now. Uh, I'm gonna do off the what I have for power rankings right now per mode per team right now, just to introduce me and Fets' next gen fucking stats that we talked about earlier. But yeah, no, my top five right now for hardpoint right now in teams is definitely OVO leading with a 1.13 KD. Following that is going to be New York taking the second spot with a 1.12 KD. Follow that up with Stanford coming in at the third spot with a 1.10 KD. Follow that up with fourth. It's going to be Toronto with a 1.09 KD. And then taking in the fifth spot, I just did five for right now, is Las Vegas with a 1.03 hardpoint KD right now, rounding off the top five hardpoint teams right now in the league. The bottom four teams I have here right now is Minneapolis leading with a 0.83, Detroit with a 0.93, Texas with a 0.9, and New Jersey with a 0.9. Minneapolis and Detroit, I don't think have won a hard point yet. Minneapolis hasn't won a hard point yet. I think Detroit, Texas, and New Jersey have all won one hard point so far this year. But obviously, these teams are definitely struggling in the hard point. What are your thoughts on that, Fetty?
Ah man, those are some crazy numbers. I'm not gonna lie. It's just shocking to me. Like it's just some of those teams I thought they would just do. They would have a better shot coming into this week 3. It's surprising to me. Some of these guys kind of. I feel like some of these teams are underperforming. What it looks like on paper, it just seems like they should.
Yeah, just
Um,
slightly, yeah.
it just seems like they should be doing a lot better. Especially Detroit. Like I figured they might have had more of a game plan. Those numbers are insane, though. I mean, but it comes. It's so close. It's close. Like those are your kind of like your what bottom more so bottom teams
Yeah,
in a way.
they're kind of more towards the bottom, so that's fair enough as well.
So but no, I just think as we go down these weeks, I just expect them to improve.
Yeah,
And that's basically I just want those numbers to go up. It's just I don't know. Some of these guys have some tough schedules ahead of them.
obviously also I will say that all these numbers are after week 2. So any week 3 matches that happened so far, these haven't been they're not accounted
Oh,
for.
okay,
This is
okay,
just week 2 right now.
okay. So
Um,
yeah, I'm
but yeah, as for S&D, I'll hit S&D real quick for top 5 right now. I have Paris at 1. Paris is definitely the best S&D team in the league right now with a 1.28 KD and a +9 round differential. Following them is going to be Toronto with a 1.26 with a +5 round differential. Uh, Again, that's excluding last night's 2 S&D losses to Kyoto, so they're definitely going to drop down the power rankings a little bit. Following at number 3, we're going to have Absolute Rain taking the third spot in S&D with a 1.05 KD, but they have a +8 round differential. Coming in at 4th is going to be New York with a 1.21 KD in S&D, but they have a +3 round differential. And then taking in the 5th spot is going to be New Jersey with a 1.03 KD with again another +3 round differential.
Yeah,
That's
the surprising one, because I was looking at this one yesterday. The surprising one is New York. I didn't know New York played S&D that well in these 2 weeks, but I guess they've been showing up with a +3 round differential, 1.21. I mean, it's just surprising. I mean, I still think Toronto's like probably, if it's not Paris, it's got to be. I think Toronto's like the best fucking S&D team. Like, if I really will put the hot take down and say Toronto is the best S&D
I
team.
mean,
No
to be
gas.
fair, with a +5 round differential, I mean, we did lose 2 map 11s, so that's only gonna go down 2. So
And,
technically, our round differential still be
right.
+3.
And down 5-0. It's like they find ways to win S&D. It's like it's very scary. Like it doesn't matter how high the other team is up. Like
Stanford BT
I'm
cap.
telling you right now, man. Hot fucking take. Toronto is the best S&D team in here. That's my hot take. At least from the power rankings. Stanford again could be up there. But at 1.05, you know, plus
Hey man,
three round differential.
Stubby man, listen man, you guys got the stat line there, man. The stat line, stat line proves it, man. I will tell you right now what AR is in S&D. I think you guys are around even for win loss. I think I can check that for you real quick. AR is 3-1, 3-1 in S&D. You've only lost one S&D.
That's what I'm saying, Colin. Like
You're
Toronto, I
three
think
and
is
one. You have
up
a
there. Like
75% win percentage. You have a +8 round differential, man. Like you're winning more than what you're losing.
yeah, AR 1.05. I mean, it's pretty. It's still impressive how they're still like in.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think AR is a well-rounded team. It's a very well-rounded team, even with Xavier being there. I think Pug has improved a lot, especially the fucking on the boomstick, fucking
Now,
insane
like I said,
collateral.
you can argue that KD wise that New York jumps up above them just off the 1.21, but I mean a 1.05. I mean you have a +8 round differential. Like you're winning a shitload of rounds. Like when
Yeah,
you're
like I
playing
can
S&D,
see
you're
AR.
winning by a lot.
Yeah, I could see AR beating New York in S&D, like no problem. It's so close. The numbers are really close, but there's like three that stand out. It's the Toronto,
Yep.
Paris, and New York. Those three teams really stand out to me the most because they're dropping 1-2s. You know,
Yep.
they're getting kills and they're winning
Who they
S&Ds by a good margin.
Who they do? What do you mean BT? Like do you mean who they won against? I wouldn't be able to tell you what teams they were because I just kind of plug in the win loss, but they are 3-1 in S&D. Obviously rounding out the bottom five, I'll mention them real quick just for everyone's purpose. I'm probably going to do graphics on the top five and the bottom five teams per mode. I'll do a little graphic that won't take hard for me to whip up, so then everyone can see it next week. But yeah, obviously rounding out the bottom, we have Minneapolis with a .69 KD. They have a -12 round differential. Detroit 0.9
Ugh.
0.93
Oh my God.
with a
-12.
Detroit with a
Oh my
.93 KD with a
God.
-6 round differential. Then we have London in here with a .81 with a -5 differential. We have Bermuda in here as well with a .91 KD with a -4, and then Texas rounding out the top end of the bottom five with a .89 and a -5 differential. But yeah, -12 round differential is crazy.
Dude, Minneapolis is the worst team in the CXP. Let's say it again. Minneapolis is the worst
That's all you can take
team.
out of that one.
They stink. -12, different a .69. Get me out of here, dude.
Yeah, no,
That's gonna be a T-shirt. That's a T-shirt. Minneapolis is the worst team in the CXP. I'm gonna print that on my T-shirt. Like that shit is
to be fair
fucking
though,
abysmal.
you know what's
It's
funny though?
embarrassing.
On the all of these power
Oh,
rankings that I do promote, Minneapolis is pretty much at the bottom of each of these. So
you know.
that is saying something.
Cool. What else did we have for S&D? Was it Texas?
Texas is there with a .89 KD and a
Yeah.
-5 round differential. I mean, after that, it's kind of a crapshoot between those four teams, between Texas, Bermuda, London, and Detroit. They're all kind of around the same. It's around the same KD and same round differential,
Yeah,
usually
London.
-5, -6. But
London
yeah, those
0.81. I don't know. I don't know where London even fits because I haven't really seen him play, and it doesn't seem again like some of these teams right now, the bottom these bottom teams that have these numbers right now, the bottom five. I guess
yeah.
they're trying to figure out ways to retool their roster. They're going through some type of roster change at some point, ownership change. So I understand like there's a lot of external factors that play into this, but dude, they .69 and a -12 is absurd to me, Clouter. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
Colin. Hopefully with this London retool, because obviously now
Oh,
they repaired the roster. Hopefully they can fix that S&D a little bit. But though after the first 2 weeks, yeah, they're definitely towards the bottom when it comes to S&D. But yeah, and then for Overload, for top five teams in Overload right now, obviously off of me and Fets' next gen stats, uh, we got Miami taking the number one spot. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm sorry. I had Stanford taking the number one spot with a 1.24 KD and a 3.8 goals for per game. Following number two, we got Miami taking the number two spot with a 1.18 KD with a 4.3 goals for per game. Some you could probably argue Miami may go over just off the goals per game, but I think Stanford's 1.24 KD kind of takes the cake there. Uh, this is also crazy. Michigan falls into the number three spot in overload with a 1.08 KD, and they average almost 5 goals per game.
yeah, it's
Four
pretty
point
crazy.
4.8. So these guys, when they play overload, they average almost 5 points a game, which is kind of crazy. Highest in the tied for highest in the CXP right now. Taking the fourth spot is going to be Toronto with a .9 KD, and they also tie Michigan with an average of 4.8 goals per game. And then rounding out the top five, we have Texas with a 1.07 KD and a 4.3 uh, points per game average. And that rounds out our top five for overload. It's interesting how some teams come in overload as well, because like you said, you have Stanford and Miami now. Michigan also entering the top five. I mean, Michigan and Texas are nowhere close. Well, I think Michigan's around even for hardpoint and search. Texas obviously isn't. They're towards the bottom. But I mean, Texas being towards the bottom for hardpoint and search, and then being in the top five for overload, kind of tells you where their strength is too.
Yeah, the most glaring thing obviously is Stanford's 1.24. But the coolest thing I think, Miami's 1.18, also OVO 1.112, 1.12. Like it's a pretty like a Miami OVO and Overload might be the craziest map 3 I will ever
Yeah,
see. And again, Michigan, another glaring fact right there. I mean, they don't they are a good overload team. They're solid. They're a solid team overall, but their overload
yeah,
definitely they could definitely shine a lot. But I think right now, like, you know, Stanford, it's funny because they go from 110, 1.10, 1.05 from HP to S&D, and it jumps to a 124 for overload. Points against 12. They have a 3 goal differential, so they're right there on Overyo with a 5 goal differential, and then Miami with a 6 + 6 goal differential. I mean, it's these top wow, but look at Michigan, which what do you say, 11 plus 11? I mean,
no, Michigan averages almost 5 touchdowns a game. They're the highest in the league. Almost they're tied with
oh, I'm
Toronto.
looking at something else. Right,
Michigan,
yeah,
Michigan,
yeah.
yeah, Michigan and Toronto are both
So
tied for the
yeah, I
highest
like
goals per game.
those definitely your best overload teams. I mean, I just want to see what, like I said, when we see
And you
OVO
mentioned
and
OVO.
Stanford
OVO, I
play.
think OVO slides in at number six there. I base them. You kind of base it off KDs, and I also try to base it off goals per game and the
Yeah,
defense
yeah.
as well, right? So OVO is definitely up there as well. Haven't cracked top five this week, probably will. But then again, that's OVO without the Las Vegas stats. And I see Splashy in the chat. You forgot to get them to me, but it's all good because I also forgot to message you, so you're chill.
No, you're good. You're good.
but OVO is definitely missing the Vegas stats, and same with Vegas on this too. They're missing the OVO stats that I haven't put in yet. Actually, they're probably gonna be lost forever because I don't know if we're gonna be able to get the. Yeah, you don't have the stats for it, unfortunately. Yeah, so those stats are unfortunately lost, so they're not gonna be added in to our jet stat sheet. So that's unfortunate for those teams, but nonetheless, it won't be. We know that OVO and Las Vegas are good respawn teams, anyways.
Yeah,
Rounding our bottom five for Overload. It's funny enough that I mentioned that. Rounding our bottom five, we have Bermuda Bloodline hitting the bottom here with a 0.95 KD. They average 2 goals per game so far this season. Next after that is going to be Minneapolis with a .88, but they average 3.5 goals per game. Then we got Paris Prestige in the bottom five as well with a .85 KD. They average 3 points per game. New Jersey's also down here with a 1 KD, 3.3 goals per game, and then Las Vegas rounds out the bottom five with a .93 KD and averaging 3.5 points per game. Vegas and Paris being down here is kind of crazy.
It's crazy, but dude, it's crazy. Like Paris literally becomes like a completely different team with on Overload compared to their HP and their S&Ds. It's insane. Like they just forgot how to play Overload, and then again, same thing with Las Vegas. Like Las Vegas again, overall run a team, but once the Overload hits, and maybe that's just a compared to Control. Right, some of these teams are just better at playing. They enjoy playing Overload, and some teams like fucking can't stand it. They'd rather play Control. I don't know if that's for every team, but it just seems like that's the case when I see teams like kind of struggling in Overload, but they're playing really well in everything else. So,
Yeah.
Las Vegas again, big one down there. I'm surprised that they're down there. Paris, I mean, we've seen them again.
We know that's Paris's only
we know
struggle.
that.
We've identified that, and they're
And
working
then-
on it, but they're still down there as of right now.
And then New Jersey, I don't know what New Jersey needs. I still think they have an identity issue. I still think they need to kind of just
respawn. It's
figure
in the
it
respawn.
out.
Yep.
They got to figure it out. I don't know what Los is retooling, but I think I really think it's insane, man. It's actually
that
crazy.
overall concludes, I guess we'll call it Clout's power rankings for this week in the CXP. I might work on some graphics and then have them up on screen next week as I'm going over them. I might just do top 5 and bottom 5, but I also may just do like a whole 1 through 16 power rankings system. I don't know. Depends how bored I get when I get at it. But yeah, no man, that kind of concludes our pod this week, man. I seen a lot of people hitting the chat late. Obviously, I'm gonna post this up right now for everyone that's in here in case you guys came in a little bit late. Obviously, the new edition of the YouTube, all the VODs after me and Fets go off. Give me like a couple hours after we're offline, and they'll be up on there. I think there's a few subs coming in through there too as well. I think we're at like 10 right now. I think the last time I checked at it. So shout out to everyone that's subbing and keeping up to date with the pod. Yeah, we got a new guest coming next week.
Yep.
He gave the green light about 15 minutes ago that he was good to go for next week.
Yeah,
so,
brand new special guest coming in. They will be revealed on the day of. But and then we have our new segment with Splashy T's top 5 and his other extravagant segments that he has for us for next week. So it'd be fun to see what Mr. T has to say for this
next
week
week's
so far.
Be crazy, bro. Because
we're gonna be wicked. It's gonna get crazy.
If Pool A gets juicy, if Pool A and Pool D gets juicy, and even Pool B gets juicy before the pool swaps,
I'm getting so fucked up for that episode.
Oh man, bro, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm fucking getting like 6. I might just smack a whole 6-pack to the face.
Before we conclude, there is a recurring segment that involves you, sir, that you have to do if you have one ready for us today. But if not, we can save it for next week. It was the Fets' A-list, bro. You got something for us today? I meant to message you that earlier.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you right now.
All right, bro.
Let's do it.
Tee it up, man.
All right, boys. There we go. Welcome back, boys. We are here. We're here with the Fets A-list, and this is kind of off the dome, but this is basically from the numbers I've been watching the last couple of days. But here we go, guys. Fets' A-list at number 5. We are gonna put Michigan Wolves. Why? 3-1. They're looking strong. They play Miami tonight. And honestly, I tell you the truth right now, there's a shot that they could actually beat Miami. Miami's playing well in Overload, but Michigan has not shown a decline in anything. They have been playing some tough teams, so let's see what they're going to do. But that's my number 5. Number 4, at number 4, I'm going to be putting New York Impact. Why? Because right now, again, soft pull. But let me tell you, these guys have been playing absolute great Call of Duty. I don't care how many times Barrett needs to go goop and do all this stuff at night with Casper. They are playing stupendous. He gets on the game. El Capitan is ready to go. And with the great GM from Eraz on the backside, he has been putting in the work. Great roster moves out of him. And then again, Ant. I think Ant is such a good player for that team. He has emerged as one of the star 2-pointers, in my opinion. I'm going to have Impact number 2. I'm sorry, number 4. And again, 112 in HP KD, and then 1.21 in the S&D. They're a top 2, top 3 S&D team, in my opinion. These guys have been playing absolutely great. New York Impact, number 4. And for number 3, I am putting Toronto Frost. Why? Listen, Toronto Frost, again, the pedigree is there. The pedigree is there. They have been playing absolutely incredible. A tough loss from last night, but it was closer than expected. These guys are, again, I think, in my opinion, I think Toronto is probably one of the best S&D teams alongside New York and Paris. I think these guys have showed, even with the rough loss last night. Again, they almost pulled out the reverse sweep. Kyoto was giving them hell, but I think right now Toronto is still up top. Toronto is still up top there, man. They've shown that they've come out of BO6 playing absolutely well. But that is going to be my number 3. Number 2, Stanford Stonefacers. Why? Because these guys are 4-1, ready to go. I think Stanford has been showing the best right now, and they have a big matchup against OVO. These guys have been playing absolutely incredible. Love Gelato with a 2.02 KD, leading the top 10s KD right now. BLT, and Backdoe. I think that's a roster on paper that is absolutely insane. And then I that's my number 2. Number 1, I gotta go with OVO. I have to. Undefeated right now. There's nothing to be said. I don't think Splashy has skipped a beat. More continuity on that team, and the stats show it, dude. The stats show it itself. If I get to it, 1.13 on HP, 1.04 on S&D, and a 1.112 on Overload. These guys are consistent throughout the way through. I don't think they lost. I skipped a beat. And that's my top 5 off the dome, off the rip. So, yeah, that's it. There we go. Maybe that's your top 5. Now the Michigan one top 5. It's either Miami or Michigan. That's basically, I just said Michigan because I haven't played the game in like forever.
List,
so if I sub it tonight, and when I come in tonight, it's gonna be wild. Like I'm be dropping a point. I might drop a 0.3 tonight. I don't fucking know. So
it's your list, bro. That's good, man. For week 2, yeah, Michigan, New York, Toronto, Stanford, and OVO. I like that. It's
yeah,
nice
that's where I'm at right now. I think that's where I'm at right now. I think Michigan, these guys and Butcher are playing really well. Also, it'll give some juice for my boys tonight when they play Michigan. So, give them that underdog mentality, and I like playing with the underdog mentality. So that's for me to give to Miami. But that's what I have. I think based off the numbers, I mean that's what I really have. I think that's a solid top 5. I mean Kyoto could be number 6. You could put Kyoto 6, and then Miami, Michigan at number 5, split them, and then if the rest is history with New York, Toronto, Stanford, and OVO. I think that's great. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a hefty week, man. I put up the matches are up on screen again now for everyone for this week's matchups. Obviously, some of them have gone through. Kyoto's played all their matches. Stanford has played Texas. Nothing has happened on the side of Pool C and D yet. So I feel like I said, like Fets was saying, Michigan and Miami tonight. There's some other matches going through tonight. But yeah, man. I think that concludes it from us this week.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't have anything else to say. I see everyone in the chat going absolutely mad.
That's what I'm saying. We play with that underdog mentality, Knuckle. We coming in strong, nigga. I'm telling you. That's how I'm feeling. Like that's how I'm feeling. Let's put out their gas easily.
Pumped up.
But that's a quick top 5. I was just doing off the dome. Really, I didn't even have anything prepped, so I figured I'd just give something quick. But dude, it's about to be crazy. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a good match. But Miami, Michigan tonight, 10:30. Everybody tune in for that. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching. That's gonna be a big match. I gotta watch my fucking co-caster fucking go off tonight, man. I'll be lying down. I'll be chilling out. I'll see Fetty.
Dude, I just need to win some gunfights, bro.
I'll get up off my chair and I'll be like, oh, that's my boy. That's fucking Fetty. Get in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. But I will say this though, like for Miami, they are like really good. They're probably one of the best Overload teams. 1.18.
That
You know,
overload's gonna
plus
be crazy.
six,
Michigan and
plus
Miami.
six. Yeah, you know they
That
goals
overload
per
game's gonna
game.
be nice. Yep.
They average about 3 goals per game. I think I said right. 13. Yeah.
Who?
Oh, TDs per game, 4.5, 4.3. Looks like
Yeah,
Miami.
Miami's 4.3.
Yeah.
Michigan got an edge
Yes.
on them with 4.8. Now, I mean, you're only talking about
Yeah.
half a point, so it's gonna be close.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I still like, I like Miami tonight, but man, I gotta make sure I fucking win some gunfights tonight, man. And I'm saying I'll lay on that hill, but I'll make sure I win some gunfights and I make sure I'm not over challenging. I'm listening to my teammates. That's the biggest thing. That's gonna be the biggest thing. But they could definitely use some help from the zero shooting.
Yep.
So,
Nah,
but that's gonna be a fun matchup tonight. So, but I know
absolutely,
Michigan
man.
been talking shit, so we ready for them. We ready for them.
Oh shit! Let's get some more feuds going, man. We got a few going on here now, man. We got Michigan and Paris heated exchange. We got fucking Las Vegas and OVO fucking heated exchange. I mean, we got a lot of big matches too. We got Splashy versus Gelato this week. We have the BO6 Grand Finals rematch in OVO and Toronto. Their second meeting in BO7. I'm looking forward to that, T. I know you're in chat, bro. Can't wait to play you guys. New York also playing Paris this week in AR. 2 big matches for New York. Michigan with 2 big matches this week in AR and Miami. Yeah, a lot of big matches this week, and you know, they all mean something, man. Next week is gonna set the tone for a lot of
Shit
these
means
teams.
something to me, man. I'm telling you, man.
This like next week, I think we're gonna look at some teams that are not gonna be able to even make a push to solidify that #1 seed for each pool to make their bye into in the Major 1 playoffs. So we're getting around that time again, Fetty, man. We're getting around playoff time again, man. It's only gonna be another couple weeks, and we'll be talking playoffs, bro.
Dude, I'm excited, dude. These games next couple of weeks are going to be insane. I'm super excited to see,
Yep.
like I said, like games tonight, OVO Stanford, the New York and Paris. Like that's about to be wild. I think Miami plays again as well. We got a lot of good games tonight and the next couple of days, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be mad fun. I'm super excited. I definitely got to cast some of those because some of y'all, you'll be posting your match schedules. Make sure you're posting match schedules so I can pick a match, man. Or just hit me up.
You know what me and you have to do this week for sure? We have to dust out the booth, and we got to get back in the booth.
Yeah, bro. Let us know.
Man. We got to get in the booth to play together again, man.
Yeah, we got to get crazy, man.
We got to get crazy. Yeah. No, but yeah, no, I got nothing else to add on for this episode, man. I'm good, man. If you got anything else to add before we conclude.
Dude, thank you guys for showing up as always. We always appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no, we started a little early today because we missed yesterday, so we figured we start a little early and get it done.
So it was fun, man. It's always good yapping with my boy Clouter and just bullshitting for a little bit, man. It's always fun, man. But man, let's get active this week, boys. Next Monday will be a big pod. It's gonna be a really, really big pod with a special guest
super big
and Splashy also bringing in his new segment into the show. So it's gonna be really fun. But yeah, I can't wait to see how everybody plays this week. So it's gonna be really fun. So I'm excited. But thank you guys so much as always, man. The love has been awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel the exact same way. So yeah, no. Thanks everyone, man, for chilling in today, man. We much appreciate it. And yeah, we'll catch you guys back here next Monday. And that is E-Rise, you missed that whole thing.
Bro, MME is the worst team in the CXP. Minneapolis is the worst team. They are terrible. They have a .69 in overload. They are horrendous. Detroit is actually better than them. And Minneapolis is god awful. They are fucking terrible. They fucking suck. Something needs to happen. We need an ABP out to them. We need to figure out. Someone needs to go. They need to be arrested for how bad they've been. That's how bad it is. They need to be arrested. They need jail time. It's jail time for them. That's how bad it is. Anyway.
All right, yeah. We're out. We'll see you guys next week. Peace, boys.